Hello, it is me, Shrimpchu, still building the supernatural bunker. So this video is focusing mostly on the kitchen and the infirmary, with a lot of me fiddling around with the general floor plan in this corner because floor plans for buildings that technically don't exist or however many set rooms, because I'm sure the answer is out there on the internet. I've seen videos about like tours of the bunker and stuff, but I don't know what the current me doesn't know what the exact deal is there, but besides the point. So, as I mentioned in my first video, starting the bunker, I had initially built it based on the floor plan listed on the Supernatural Wiki, which is interesting in that I don't know if it's just not entirely accurate or outdated, because I think it said it's one that's shown in an episode or something. I don't remember exactly. I'll link it in the description though, you can check it out. But basically it shows the infirmary and like Dean's back cave, but doesn't show the computer room or the kitchen or, you know, numerous other rooms. But the computer room and the kitchen are meant to be between Dean's little Dean cave thing and the infirmary. So it's like, I need to make these work whilst also making them, you know, look like the rooms. So that's fun for the kitchen. And if you're, have looked at either the wonderful WordPress person I mentioned before that has like detailed out all the rooms, and seriously, you're a lifesaver, I love you. But yeah, if you're familiar with the layout and you're like, Shrimp, there's something a little off about this kitchen, don't worry, I realize. Because I was building this partially whilst also watching episodes. Specifically the season 15 episode, I don't remember the name of, but the one when like Sam and Eileen are making the big breakfast and Dean like turns down bacon. It's like, what? But, because that's totally the entirety of the episode, but you know. So, because at the start of that episode, Dean is in his room or wherever he was, and then comes into the kitchen. I assumed he came in from the kitchen door that like leads off into like the bedrooms and hallways and whatever. So I started building based on this because I was like pausing the episode, looking at screenshots on that beautiful person's site, going back and forth. And then once they leave, Dean leaves the kitchen and Sam follows, you realize that no, he goes out into the corridor that leads into the leads towards the war room, and that's the same way he came from. So I was like, oh no, I've built this entirely the wrong way around, slightly. So as you can see now, I'm slowly moving things to adjust for that fact. But that's why I made it oopsie, because I made a bad assumption of what direction Dean came from to appear into the kitchen. And then the camera angle showed where he came from, and I was like, oh no, that's that door, not that door. But you know. Such as building things in The Sims from TV shows, I guess. I don't know, I've only done it a few times. But again, the other major thing I've worked on it's mostly completed yet, but I'm waiting to see more of that show come out so I can be like, boom, perfecto. Both for the themed timing of putting it up on YouTube, because of course, and also just to make sure I get everything nice and right, and in case they change anything majorly again in another season. But yeah, the kitchen, like, obviously I want this to be like, you look at the kitchen, you go, yeah, that's a supernatural kitchen. And I feel like I've done a pretty decent job of, you know, if you look at the supernatural kitchen, you look at this, you go, yeah, okay, fair, yeah, same version of that, chill. I will admit what the sort of spacing over here where the table is and the wall, like, just because that shouldn't be, like, there shouldn't be a diagonal wall there, they should all just be, like, square. It should just be a simple square room as far as the walls are concerned. But it just was not going to work with my walkway. So I was like, this is fine. This is just one of those things I'm gonna have to accept a compromise on. You know, it's the Sims, good old Sims attempts at recreation things, Sim spacing, Sim conversion, yoop. Also, use tool to put the coffee thing actually on that nice, I was gonna call that an end table, but sideboard, siding, thingamabob. What are they officially called? I don't know. But I do that with that and with a teapot in the infirmary. If you don't have tool mod, they should still stay in place. Like, they should just be in place when you place the lot. But I do want to make you guys aware, because I've noticed some of the times when I've been coming back and forth from build in live mode, sometimes they go back to their default height. Or like from on the counter. And I've had to lower them again, so just something to be aware of. And I will probably just accept them floating there, or I will just replace it with counters and forget my accuracy. But just heads up. Heads up, that's a thing that could be slightly immersion breaking, because it will be floating. I do really like the kitchen though. I like how it turned out. Also, they have a pretty nice kitchen. But onwards to the infirmary, which is a lot simpler. There's just sort of, I don't know, less screenshots, I guess, which is quite fair, because honestly, before I started looking into this, if you asked me what does the supernatural bunker infirmary look like, I'd be like, med beds? Question mark. Wouldn't have actually told you a detail. So I've tried to get it, there's at least 2 beds, because I can tell from the walls around them they're not the same bed from a different angle or anything. There's a door that I must, if you go based on the floor plan that's on the wiki, then it must be the morgue. And then there's a little chair. So I'm just it might be a massage chair, but no, it's an infirmary chair. And honestly, I did take more creative liberty with this room, because I couldn't find anything that shows the other corner. There's the beds and the door, but the other corner of the room just meh. So I just put some desks and stuff, and maybe some of the, I don't know if I put in the get to work sort of doctor's looking treadmill thing. Might have done that. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple room. Med beds, totally not a massage chair. The nice teapot to make your healthy green tea. That's the one reason I put it in there. I was like, yes, they can make their healthy drinks. I messed around with cabinets and stuff. I don't remember if I keep those, because that's not the tea you can see there. I don't keep it there. I put it over on the siding, whenever you come in from the entrance. This room is, like I said, fairly chill, simple. It's just a lot of fiddling around with the exact placement of things and making those cabinets and dresser, table, sideboard thingy-mabob work to make a sort of cabinet. It sort of works. Sort of works, okay? Watch us get to the computer room next time and be like, row needs space. But based on the screenshots I've looked at so far, the computer room's pretty small. It just has, well, big, bulky, many lights and buttons and whatnot, fancy looking machinery. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. See, this is what I mean. They go back to their counter height. You have to readjust them, but it's simple enough, especially if you have to, and if not, hey, no one's going to judge you for having 2 counters there. It's fine. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check out my channel for more, both building of Supernatural, building other things in The Sims, just doing things in The Sims, and then other games as well, because I'm sorry, I like variety. And now I'm going to go back to my beautiful, beautiful pumpkin caramel hot chocolate.